And on the channel, we unbox the Mattel Elite Rockin' Sock 2-pack. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mattel Elite unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we've got Mankind and The Rock, the old Rockin' Sock 2-pack. I did pick this up via Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%, and tell Ringside Kyle sent you. Or don't, either way. But Ringside Collectibles, where I picked this one up, I always akin these to be fan channel exclusives. I don't know if anybody's ever technically called them that, but really that's what it seems to be. These aren't sold in Targets. They aren't sold in Walmarts. They're basically via your hobby shops. I think Amazon eventually does get these. And then, of course, your Ringside Collectibles of the world. Very interesting distribution on these, I guess we'd say. I could see 2-packs being a little harder to send to retail, but I'm just happy Mattel looks for some of these items like this, gives us some of these sets out there. It's pretty solid solid figures, I think, as the line has been so far, especially that Mr. T, Roddy Piper one from last year. Love that 2-pack, just phenomenal stuff. But with that, the rumors are swirling, and the final answer came down from the Mattel team that this sounds like this will be the last 2-pack for a while. It's not totally off the table, but doesn't sound like there's going to be any more in the future, or the near future, I should say. But you never know what the future might hold. I would love to see us get some tag teams in this style packaging. How cool. I know it's not possible right now with some of the back and forth between, Mattel, WWE, and, negotiations and some of the lawsuits out there over the years. But LOD, Demolition, hopefully one day we can get them back in the Elite lineup and get them back in a package like this. Oh, an LOD 2-pack like this? Oh, sign me up all day long. Hogan and Warrior WrestleMania 6 2-pack. I know a lot of people are probably burnt out on that 2-pack through Jack's days and all the figures we've had of that. But how cool will be a moment in time? I'd love some more moment of the time 2-packs. And tag team 2-packs would be right up my alley, and I'm sure some of you guys as well. And we're going to do this review like we do all of our other reviews. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. And then we got to compare it to some past Rock and Mankind Elites that we've gotten over the years. So be prepared for that. But let's look at the packaging first. There it is. Mick Foley, Mankind, The Rock. Extra hands. They got the Rockin' Sock Connection jackets in here. We got Mr. Socko in there, of course, and Mr. Rocco. Wasn't that his name, Mr. Rocco? I can't remember. We got the True Effects logo up top right here. Big window box that's accustomed to these 2-packs we've seen. Mattel Elite logo right in the middle. Rock, Mankind names down below. And kind of a kaleidoscope-esque background there. Really pops. It's like one of those old school kaleidoscopes you'd look at when you were a kid. On the top, you have a little bit of the same. WWE logo, of course. Glamour shot of The Rock with the Elite logo below. Glamour shot of Mankind with the Elite logo below. On the bottom, that's the warnings. That's the UPC. Stuff nobody cares about. And then you got the back. We got the big old blurb back there. You know we got to read that. I always appreciate a blurb on the back of the packaging. A lost art these days, I think. And then you got a glamour shot of them two in the ring. And then some more kaleidoscope action down below. Let's see what it says on the back of the package here. See what it says about the old Rock and Sock connection. The Rock and Mankind storied rivalry featured some of the most brutal and unforgettable moments in WWE history. Each had defeated the other for the WWE Championship, leaving both a deep-seated animosity and mutual respect. After leaving so much in the ring as enemies, nobody thought they would ever be partners. Then, on August 30th, 1999, oh boy, what a year that was. The impossible happened. Mankind partnered with the Great One, forming the Rock and Sock Connection. That night, they won their first of 3 tag team championships. Boy, that seems crazy to me. I guess I remember 1. I don't remember 3, but so is time. Leading to a legendary partnership in the highest rated segment in Monday Night Raw history. Rock, This Is Your Life. A very famous memory out there. So there you go, very cool. Empowering the next generation through play. You know Mattel's doing that. It's empowering my generation, whatever generation I'm in. I think I'm Generation Z, I believe. I don't know. Who knows? No, actually, I'm a millennial. Technically, I'm a millennial. Just barely. Just barely a millennial, depending on who you ask. But let's pull this out here. There's the packaging. See you later. Very cool. I know a lot of people keep this kind of stuff. I might keep this just to have. I don't know what I would do with it. But I could see people putting this up on a D-Tall for a display case, putting the figures in front of it, and bam, you got a rock and sock background. Very cool. Nice little thing for Mattel to do. See you later, Mattel. All right, Plastic Prison. We got Mr. Sacco. We got Mr. Rocco. I think it was Mr. Rocco. Could be wrong. We got 2 jackets in here. We got sunglasses for The Rock as well. Monday Night Raw microphone. All the bells and whistles. A very complete pack here. I like it a lot. There it is in the Plastic Prison. Looking pretty solid if you ask me. Let me get the old trusty knife out. It's always weird how they lock in some of the hands with the plastic. I never really understood that, but it is what it is. I guess we got to be happy they're taking care of our figures out there. They're making sure they're not getting dislodged in shipping and all that kind of fun stuff. So that is to be commended by the Mattel team. The packaging department at Mattel. I wonder what kind of a job that is. The guy that comes up with the plastic packaging and the twist ties. That's probably the most boring job in the action figure industry, I would have to think. Wouldn't you? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyways, let's pop these guys out. There's a lot going on in here, as we said. Get these nice coats out. Mr. Rocco, Mr. Sacco. Mankind not getting any extra hands here, but The Rock is. Oh, nope. I take that back. Mankind's got 2 hands. Gosh, they went all out on this pack. That is for sure. All kinds of accessories going on. And then Rock and Mankind both have microphones, so I do appreciate that as well, because obviously in that very famous segment, they're both speaking. Pop Mankind out. All right, we're getting there. We're almost done. Oh, we got one more twist tie. There's always one twist tie that we forget. There it is. Oh, don't want to lose these glasses either. That would be something. And there it is. That's everything. See you later up high. Twist tie city. Let me clean up here. There it is. Oh, we got 2 of these little things. See you later. Oh, that was terrible. See you later. There you go. Bam. There it is. All right. More twist ties everywhere. Man. All right. Let's get down to it. Let's look at these jackets first. Rock and sock connection. Rock and sock. So they're the same exact jackets on the back. Of course, they should be. They're matching. But one says Mick, one says Rock. So we like that a lot. Very cool to get these jackets. Now, I don't believe Rock ever wore the jacket. He held it and stuff. He was presented it to him, but I don't believe he ever held them in his hands. But you guys know I always like to display my guys with stuff, and I'll jump into it right now with a little comparison. I have an old Defining Moments Rock, and I have the Rock and Sock Connection Rock jacket on him already, so you guys know how I do that. So I got that right there. We'll stick him there. And I believe these are the exact same sunglasses. Yeah, so we're getting a lot of reuse here. Reuse of the molds, reuse of the hands, of course, reuse of the jackets, reuse of the Rock sunglasses. I don't hate that, though. I have no problem with that. We got Mr. Sacco, very similar Mr. Sacco we've gotten in the past, so, you know, makes sense reusing that mold, cloth, I don't know what we want to call it. Then you get to the Rock, Mr. Rocco. First time in the line, Mr. Rocco. I do like getting that. So we get 2 of those there. Of course, we got all the hands. We don't need to talk about all these hands, but you know The Rock. Hands really add to The Rock's presence. It makes the expressions different, the meaning of the figure different. So I always like extra hands with my Rock figures. I'm sure I'm not alone there. But we won't talk too much about the hands. The jackets to the side here. Let's look at the Rock figure first. Much improved version of The Rock over the Defining Moments Rock we had in the past. Something about that one just never did a lot to me. We got a little bit of a loose ab crunch on here, though. I don't like that one bit. Love the sideburns on The Rock here. He does not have those on that Defining Moments one. But very cool. Very good Rock. Very nice smirking face here. I'm not sure if that's a totally new head sculpt or if that's just the smirk with the paint is a little different. But I want to say this is a new head sculpt on this Rock figure. So I like that too, not getting reused, because they could have probably pulled a different head out and reused it. But this looks good. This is a good version of Rock, especially the sideburns, the detail in the hair and everything else. No paint imperfections going on here. Love the Raw is War microphone on this one. The Rock on the trunks, the Brahma Bull on the back, nice red highlights to the silver, really pops. I like this one a lot. There's a lot to like about this Rock. Very, very solid. Oh, I didn't even notice the elbow pads are even painted. Lay the smack down on both elbow pads. That is pretty solid as well. Have we got paint on the elbow pads for the Rock in the past? I think that is new as well. So there is a lot to like about this Rock. I could see people buying this for the Rock and sock aspect or buying it just for the Rock aspect alone. Got his Brahma Bull tattoo on here. Of course, you cannot not have that. So he looks with these sunglasses on. I like this head sculpt a lot. I almost think it looks better without the sunglasses, which is strange, but it does look okay. These sunglasses are a little weird. I don't know if it's time to retire this mold. They don't really fit as well as some of the other sunglasses. They always kind of look a little big, especially over the ear. They always look a little goofy, and this one, yeah, no different. So I think it does look better without the glasses, in all honesty, but one of those choose-your-own-adventure time frames. You got to just figure out what you want to do. The original Rock defining moment, he came with that, like, $10,000 shirt or whatever they called it. I actually bought 2 of these figures just to display both shirts, even though, like I said, he didn't wear that Rock and Sock jacket, actually, but I just thought it'd be cool to have one on there. So I do have 2 of those. I'll put some nice glamour shots of him in this, but I won't display him with this jacket. I'm just going to keep it on that one. I'll just have him holding this in his hand on display, I think is the way I might go. And then maybe I'll display him with this on his hand, just for funny, just to be funny. So a little ha-ha, as they say. There you go. But then you get down to Mankind. Now, Mankind, no stranger to this mold. We've had this mold a few times over the years. His mask is removable. That was one of my first questions here. And just like a lot of the other ones, you can pull that right off. So that is cool. That is a nice feature. Choose your own adventure. Do you want him to have the mask on or you want it off? Hey, it's your adventure. You choose it. Raw microphone, the exact same as the Rock. You get the white dress shirt. It does look a little dingy. I believe that's the way it's supposed to look. If not, it just kind of worked out that way. You know, Mankind's not going to have... He's much like a young Baron Corbin these days. If you're watching on SmackDown, he's got kind of a dingy white shirt. Mankind started that trend back in 1999, obviously. So this is a little bit dingy here. He does have the tie. The tie is not removable. Whenever I see ties like this, it reminds me back to the Jax days. Jax would have wrestlers with ties like this, and you always see them used for sale all the time, and somebody clipped the tie off or broke the tie off. I was just like, well, this figure is garbage now. The tie is not there. It looks ridiculous. So hopefully kids down the line and everything else, we don't lose the tie on this one. So, but it looks good. Now, the weird thing for me on this one is his blue pants, sweatpants, whatever we want to call him, he's wearing. Now, most of us do not remember him wearing these blue ones, but I know that was kind of the topic when the prototype images of this were announced. He never wore these blue pants, and people find everything out there, and they found a picture of him wearing the actual blue sweatpants. So it does represent a moment in time, and personally, maybe this isn't the most iconic version of Mankind in this, but I like this blue because we've had in the past, and I'll grab them both right now, we've had Mankind in the past, reuse of this, and they had to make it different. And how do you make this different? You really can't. You can maybe change the tie up a little bit. We got the WWE tie on this one, plain tie on this one. They used the plain tie on this one again. Getting the most out of your molds as they go. But at least they gave us a point of difference, and he did represent this gear at one time, at least once in the history. So I do appreciate that extra touch, because it would have been easy just to re-release one of these. But that wouldn't have made long-term collectors very happy, because they have this one, they don't want it re-released. So I think they did the best thing they possibly could do here, and they gave us Mankind in the blue sweatpants, pants, whatever you want to call it. I like that a lot. I would have liked to see, one kind of thing that would have been cool, but, it's all about budgets in the end of the day. We saw Bray Wyatt and his puppets. You take the hand off and you can plug the puppets into the hand. I would have liked to seen a hard plastic version of Mr. Rocco and Mr. Sacco that plugged in kind of like the Bray Wyatt aspect. I think that would have been a really cool, neat feature. Maybe one day they're saving that for an Ultimate. Maybe we'll get a Mankind Ultimate. I'm sure we'll get another Rock Ultimate one of these days. I'm sure down in the future. But that would be a great tip for Mattel to do that. Very similar to those Bray Wyatt ones. But then the problem is, are you going to be able to get a lot of reuse out of that? It is a game of reuse, getting the most out of your molds. How many times will you release Mr. Sacco that it would pay for itself? Obviously, Mr. Rocco would just be different paint on the hand plastic. But I do think that would be a great idea. Maybe one future we'll get one of these days. But there's a lot to like here, especially for you Attitude Era collectors. Mankind and Rock, two of the most popular superstars in WWE history, honestly. And The Rock has transcended the WWE at this point. So I don't think there'll be a lot of people passing on this. I think this will be a pretty picked up set out there. Like I said, it seems to be a fan channel exclusive. Ringside Collectibles, I'm sure they have these in stock still. Maybe look to Amazon. Look to your local toy store. My local toy store always gets these 2-packs in. Maybe yours is in the same boat. But a pretty solid pack. I don't know if I was doing backflips when this was announced. I'm sure there's other things I would have liked. But all in all, I think it gets people a moment in time. A 2-pack that makes sense. A lot of people don't have this defining moments Rock from back in the day. And this is cutting above way better than that figure. Technology has come a long ways in just the last, 8 years or whatever it's been since The Rock came out. And then Mankind, these are valuable figures, and a lot of people don't have these, and it's a way for somebody to get Mankind Mick Foley that didn't have these, but then giving a nod to the collectors out there that have these that don't want to repaint, giving us the blue pants on this. I do commend Mattel for that. So a very solid pack. I would recommend picking this one up. You know, always, like I said, Ringside Collectibles, use discount code Kyle, save 10%. You can save 10% on this. Tell them Kyle sent you, of course. But a solid pack. I strongly recommend it. But what say you? Do you recommend it? Are you going to pick this up? Any thoughts to pick this up? You're playing a little of that old long game on this one. You guys let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, _Kyle_Peterson on Instagram, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson and support the channel. So for the Rock and Sock Connection, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.